Oh, hello. Hey, Diogenes. I see you there. Man, I... Weird. I'm only streaming to Twitch. Oh, I guess they changed something about the YouTube streaming. Huh. Well, that's fine. What am I gonna do? Okay. Huh. Alright, well, I guess that's not working. That's fine. This is my first time I've done this in a long time. Oh. Okay, I do see some issue here. It's always something, you know? Alright, that's fine. I'll just figure that out another day. Not gonna worry too much. Yeah, that's so weird. Alright. Don't know why YouTube is not... It's not for this account. Yeah. Alright, that's fine. We'll just do Twitch for now. For anyone who joins, that is totally okay. Oh, I gotta change all my Twitch settings. Jesus. Oh man, it's been a while. I gotta change the game I'm playing. Whew. Get this sorted. Man, I guess a lot of this has changed. Interesting. Okay. Nope. Edit stream info. There we go. It's Chrono. CCG. There we go. That looks better. Okay, great. Hopefully that'll be okay. All right, let's get in here. Oh, is this where I put the chat? Yeah, there we go. Okay, and now it should have the client. Yeah, I guess we're in the main screen. The chat's a little... I'll just put that there for now. Make it a little smaller. All right, we're here. Welcome back. Jesus, it's been a long, long time. Can't believe even when I was doing Shadowverse content for like a hot second, that was a year ago. It's crazy how much time has passed. But yeah, thanks for anyone who tunes in here. I'll also, you know, figure out how to get this on YouTube. I guess my account settings within the stream software got changed or something. But that's okay. This is just a hangout stream anyway. All right. So what am I trying to do today? I mean, definitely just keep grinding ranked, but I also have had fun playing my my draft that I've been doing. But usually when I get tired of ranked, I just go to that. So I think we'll just fire up a game here. See how we feel. Oh man, but I've been really loving this game. It's been a great addition to my roster. Shadowverse has gotten really stale, and I think after I came back to Chrono when it got its updates, I just have been kind of hooked ever since. Just been a much better card game experience. Ah, okay. It's definitely some sort of control card draw-y stuff. Or like discard, rather. I haven't played a ton into that, so that'll be interesting. I think I'm just always trying to put out early pressure, especially in matchups like this. So, yeah. Just try and get some... Okay. Not what we wanted to see, but that's alright. That is okay. Got the Ghastly anyway. Alright. Just fire off the Apprentice and try and get some early damage here. Hopefully this is looking okay for folks. I could also just move myself a little bit, but I like having my little border. Alright, well, just offer the trade for sure. Sure. Oh. If they like play something and return to stillness, I guess we'll bloom. If I had the Aardvark, I probably wouldn't have attacked there, but I did not. Yeah, this deck has been incredible. I think it probably is one of the best decks in the format. Just has a lot of different angles and a lot of really great synergy. So I'll probably play this for a little bit. I'm trying to hit Masters, but I do have a bunch of other decks that I've been sort of collecting and wanting to learn as well. Wow, some of these sound effects are just... I can't tell what that is, but hopefully it's not too loud for you guys. Alright, so they got Doggo. I mean, I could just Mind Spike this and just go into Panic Refugee. There's not much else for me to do here. Could also just play out Astronomer, hold the Mind Spike for something more precious, right? Yeah, they don't have a 1 cost. Yeah, I think I'll just play my own. And then bank a mana. I think that's fine. This attack is interesting. Yeah, I guess I just trade. Now, essentially, whatever they play, we've got Refugee plus Stillness for, so that seems pretty good. Have our blooms, which are not super helpful right now. Really just want to grow our board. We don't have a lot of great ways to do that. Might just fire these off, like, not offensively, but try and utilize them. Okay, that's fine. Sure. Just get my 3 damage. Fortunately, I don't have anything else to do here. Video. Oh, interesting. That is a bit of a bummer. Okay. Well, I can't do anything about that. Yikes. I think I'm just taking a 5 here. I mean, I could just sprout and chump block. Or I could block here and then change the timeline. Or at least attempt to. I feel like that's probably slightly better. And then we can maybe pressure spike if we need to. Yeah. Yeah, they gained the 5. Alright, I mean, I don't have anything else to do. I want to pass, it's fine.
There's nothing she can't find.
Okay. Alright. Could go for the pressure spike now. Just use mana. I feel like that's reasonable. Still hold Bloom up if they have some sort of removal. Also, keeping their board small obviously makes Stillness better, makes Ghastly Rush better. We just don't have a lot going on the board. Yeah, this is fine. We'll flip, which is advantageous for me. Yeah, that's also a really great draw. Bronk the Con. I should probably start reading the actual card names. I think our attack just gets better. We're on 8 here, so we can't Ghastly. But we'll do that next turn. Yeah, I think we're also gonna add more timelines to the timeline stack for Paradox Plague. Which is pretty good. Got the double Bloom to try and win combat here. So overall going fairly well, even though we had somewhat awkward start. Having triple Ghastly is not ideal, to be honest. But it's a good answer. I think I just offer the trade and we'll Bloom. And I'll offer up the Sprout, which I doubt they'll block. Mind Spike. Yeah, so I can actually double Bloom here and save everything. Oh no, it will die if I double Bloom. So I think I just let that happen and then we Bloom here. Not great. Switching the timeline was good. Which I should have thought about, I think, a little bit more. I mean, guessing on this board is not awful. Still, okay. Yeah, I guess we're Dryad into Ghastly. We have another one of these. 4 timelines. Yeah, I mean, we'll just take this. We don't really have a great... Oh no, I should just... Stillness. What am I saying? And that adds a 5th timeline, so if they start to want to play more units, then we can try and Paradox Plague. Yeah, so that kind of blanks that approach, which is good. And then, yeah, ideally I think we go Sapling into Ghastly Rush, try and push some damage. Five up. Plenty that they could do. I mean, committing to making this smaller is really nice for me. Huh, okay. I mean, I feel like going for Plague here is not terrible. But I think I'd rather Ghastly and maybe force out some removal and see what happens from there. Mind Spike is just going to kill pretty much anything, so yeah, I think I just go for this. They might have the counter spell, of course. Yeah, it looks like they do. Okay. Yep. Good thing we have more. Yep. Okay, Sapsapper's kind of awkward. It's gonna sprout. Yeah, I don't love that. I don't love any of our options, to be honest. So they can play this turn and do some work. I think I just go for maybe a regular attack, which kind of sounds bad with Ghastly, but oh man, this is just so awkward. I think this makes the most sense. Oh. Okay. I'm incredibly surprised that they're doing that, but that's fine. Oh, right, because they get to save 1. Should have thought about that, but that's okay.
More parts, more power.
Okay, yeah. I was hoping they would sort of lay out some stuff. The question is, do I Paradox Plague right now? This thing's gonna get uber buffed. I think I sort of have to. And then I can have Bloom. This is gonna come down next turn, though. And I'm not really gonna have an answer to it. This is such an awkward spot. Oh man. But this is the real threat, I think, over this. Yeah, I think I just go for Paradox Plague here. They could try and grow it. But Oh, we didn't have... Oh my god, we didn't have... That's the first time I've made that mistake. Where it didn't have Paradox. Alright, well then that was definitely... less worth. Yikes.
There's nothing she can't find.
Take it for granted after so many games. I really don't want this to flip, but I guess it's also not the end of the world. Alright, we're going to Sapper into Aardvark, I think, here. They're not going to go for their big guy, which is good for us. So, establish Sapper, and then Aardvark, and then try and go to town from there, I think. Get another Ziv. Okay. Well, that's rough. Overwhelm is fine now. It's not a big deal. Do I play Aardvark now? Surely they're not passing. I think I could play Aardvark and hold up Bloom. Or something. It's like our most efficient turn. Okay, we get to evolve there. And if they don't have a great way to interact here with the Aardvark, then I think we're in a good spot. Crashing with everything. Huh. I mean... Interesting. It's pretty tempting to block here. This will die. I gotta think about this. Oh, I should have blocked here. Yeah, I should have not cared about the sprout damage. Took too long. It's okay though. Took a little bit of unnecessary damage because I was not thinking well, or not thinking quick enough rather. Alright, well, let's just sprout. See what else they got. Okay. That's incredibly good for us. Alright, let's just go for the first Ghastly and see what happens. I'm pretty... not behind, but in a weird spot most of this game. They have another counter. Removal, okay. I do have the answer for that, so I think we are going to go for it. Do we have another piece of removal here? Yep, looks like it. Okay. Yep, that resolves. Okay. Still a 2-for-1. Still able to do quite a bit of damage here. Still got these bugs, huh? Alright, so we shift and then we shift back. Is that right? Yeah. And now these are all a bajillion from Aardvark. I don't think here as well? Yeah. Insane. It's not lethal though. It's
Onward.
pretty close.
All feed the garden.
Onward.
All feed the
Bigger
garden.
We still got two big ol'
Tick, tick,
Sprouts.
tick. Boom!
Play a big Oak Mother again.
Balance. Precision.
29. Jeez. We'll take it. It's a good draw too. Yeah, I mean, this kind of control deck I could see working depending on what they have. I think they just emoted something. Yeah, I was gonna say. That's tough. They actually had a really good spot for a bit. But this deck just kind of has this insane inevitability. And I guess into that matchup, having multiple Ghastlies is just not bad at all. Sweet. Plat 2. Yeah, man. Keep doing this for a little bit and then we'll change it up. Change it up. Okay. This seems sort of like mid-range. I think Dryad's probably fine as our 2-drop. We've got Bloom. I mean, we probably do want one Ghastly Rush, but I think I'd rather just see cards that help us pressure first. Hey, Stelma. What's up, buddy? It's been a while. Good to see you, though. Oh, so this is maybe rewind. Okay. I think we're gonna go for Apprentice Aardvark on 3. Sure, let's play Astronomer. Glad you're doing fine. I do like this game. To be honest, when it came out in beta, it was just understandably like had a lot of bugs and needed a lot of work. It's a small team that developed the game, but they've made leaps and bounds, I would say, in the last month, doing multiple patches a week, like really cleaning up things. So there's still some stuff that needs to be addressed, but the game is not only like much more playable and smooth. I'm actually just having a ton of fun learning it, and the community has been really great. So it's kind of reminiscent of the heyday of Warpforge and other things. What am I doing here? How am I developing? I mean, I guess just playing Sapling Dryad. Like, I kind of have my turns scripted from here on out, which is really just trying to get the Saproling stuff, the Sprout stuff going. But yeah, it is a lot to wrap your head around. I've never played a game that operates kind of with the rules that this game operates with, so it's a huge learning curve for me. But I've actually just really loved how there are definitely there's obviously a meta, but there's so many different ways to build each archetype. I think that's what's impressed me the most. Yeah, I don't really care about 3 damage here. See what they can do. I don't really know how they can interact with us at the moment. I guess they have the 2-cost spell that could kill Aardvark. Oh. Yeah, that's solid. Sure. Not bad. They get to immortalize that. Draw a card. Just gonna flip my dudes, get things moving. It's very slow compared to Warforged. People wrote me. I will say, Stelma, that's like a fair critique of this game. It's the game clock has gotten better. They did shave off some time, which was like a huge recommendation most of us were saying. It is way different than Warforged. I think that's why I'm kind of drawn to it at the moment, is it feels very refreshing. Shadowverse kind of plays like Warforged, right? It's like you play stuff out, it dies immediately. You play stuff out, it dies immediately. And then eventually you get to kind of like your haymakers or attrition. This game is very different, and I think that's kind of why I'm having a really good time with it. Oh, okay, we double Great Oak Leather. All right, I mean, I think we're just going in, and then we could kind of use our combat tricks from there. I think we are just going to swing with everyone. It's a good amount of damage. See what interaction they have. Yeah, that's a fine block. I'm just going to push damage here. I think that's the best thing. Yeah, the roping and that stuff. I mean, people are definitely still picking up this game. You know, it's probably rare that you're going to have someone who's super quick till you get to the upper ranks. Rewind an agent. Oh, okay. That is a good response. I think we could just go for like a ton of damage with Strength to Growth, but it's probably better to just fire off Bloom here. Keep this alive. And then sure, those go back. Hey Winslow, thank you for following. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Okay, a lot of damage. Most things lived as well. Oh, and this does get reset. Oh no, it doesn't. It was just a visual bug. I was gonna say, I don't think that's how that works. Yeah, just play another Oak Mother.
Balance.
Seems
Precision.
good. But yeah, it's. I never played Legends of Runeterra. This is definitely like the love letter to it. But like once I started kind of picking up some of the fundamentals of the game and deck building and stuff like that, following a bunch of people, because I've had time to do that, I've really enjoyed what this game has to offer. Man, it's sad we don't have a Ghastly, but how many timelines? With 2. I mean, I don't really have anything to do here. I could just go for a Paradox Plague, which like pretty much wipes their board, but also I'm not really pressured to do so either. So what are they going to do? They're going to maybe hook one of these or the 9/3 and try and do something. Yeah, I think I can just pass priority here. Oh, thanks, Stelma. I should have looked at that. I don't think I realized that was lethal there. Oh, yes, Bill's been great. He was setting me up today. Thank you. I'm really enjoying the game. I'm still very new, as Stelma pointed out. But that's kind of classic me. I always miss lethal in every card game. Alright, I think I just go for Paradox here. Their whole board is full. This basically wipes their board. Uses my energy. And if they shut down the Paradox, at least we kill this, which I think is reasonable. Hey, Crazy. I've been following your stuff too. You've been doing great content. Yeah, I do think mobile will help quite a bit. I'd love to play this on mobile too. I think also like as the game feels smoother and quicker. Okay, that's fine. Glad we kind of forced that. Yeah, still kills the board. So that should be more than enough. The only thing with mobile is that it's a slower game. So I think if they're able to speed it up, it probably would do well. Yeah, it's up to you. I think we're just gonna go to combat here and see what happens. Yeah, I mean they've been progressively speeding things up. Like I have a lot of faith. They not only are extremely vocal when it comes to the community, but they're or listening to the community when the community is vocal. Yeah, they just seem really on it. I mean, for a small team, I think they're doing incredible work, and I've been a good been a big supporter of small indie games, you know, no matter if they've made it or not. Oh, not the bot. Skirmish for oh god, Stelma, you're giving me flashbacks. I don't want to hear about that. Okay. I imagine keeping a Paradox Plague is going to be good if we're playing into other Sprouts. I haven't really wanted to keep Wandering Mountain in my opening hand. I don't know if that's correct. But there is a lot of decision making. I find that to be enticing, personally. Like I like that. But too much mental load, yeah. That's what people would say. Well, we don't have Aardvark, but we do have Bloom. I think I just match and then don't take the trade. Which feels weird. But especially if I draw Aardvark, it's better for me not to. And then I really don't have much other than Astronomer next turn. Just take it for now. Yeah. I could try and get them here. I don't know how good that is, though. Just gonna pass Bryo. Bank the mana if they have nothing to do. But I guess they'll play Retriever? Makes sense. No. Okay. Yeah, this is from Choco. Yeah, I think this deck is insane. I've played a lot of decks so far, obviously not very well. This deck is so powerful. It's like very clearly a really strong deck. They can have the counterspell here. I think I just fire this off. I don't see a huge reason not to. Oh no, they can't have a counterspell. Counterspell costs 4. Yeah. Okay, so this is just definitely the way. Yeah, Choco's great. Excellent player, really great deck builder. Him and PK Raya, I think, worked on this deck. The synergy between Sprouts, Ghastly Rush, Paradox Plague, and Mountain is just crazy. And I really hope as I play this game I can identify stuff like that and really build some... I feel like what this game has going for it, and it has many things that are going for it, is the depth of sort of the synergy in the deck building. I think that's pretty noteworthy. I mean, our attacks are fine here. We could just go for that and then play for Bloom, maybe. I don't mind trading here. Obviously, I do have Ghastly Rush. Not actually sure what's correct here, but I'm just gonna send. Oh, I don't like that order though. Let's do something like this. See what they do. They could take like an advantageous block. The rest is kind of like meh. Alright, let's see what they got. Maybe Bloom as well? Oh. Oh, okay. Start pocket demand. Okay. Yeah, so they get an additional blocker. Sure. It's not like too insane. Hey, thanks for the follow, Crazy. I appreciate it. Choco tuna. Yeah. Yeah, that is funny. I think I just saved this. And then this will pump one of the sprouts, which is pretty good for us. Oh, was I able to tap this? Oh, I think I missed that trigger. Whoops. Looks like they've got some more juice, though. This is going to flip, which I don't love, but... Paradox is really not doing much this game, unfortunately. Okay, I can respond to that at least. Get an extra point of damage here.
Again? Really?
Okay. Not the best, not the worst, to be honest. Is it worth playing this round? Let's play this round there. Okay, and they flipped Zorb. Got Mountain getting discounted in her hand. Choco Tiny. Stelma. Stelma, what are you playing these days, my man? I'm also trying to, I think, fire up Dawn of War 4 when that launches, and I've been reading a lot of Warhammer lore, or books rather. So I kind of want to do something Warhammer based on the channel again. My schedules when I'm not in summertime are extremely busy these days, but it'd be nice to maybe do some streams, maybe a couple videos here and there. Endless Space 2. Okay, is that like one of the scary space games? Okay, another rapid iteration. Okay. You got it, my friend. 2 rapid iterations. It's gonna flip. Yeah, so they've got really good card advantage on us. We gotta try and push some advantage here. Just have nothing in the timeline stack, which kind of sucks. But depending on how they play, I think we'd probably just go for another expansion. And then we can Ghastly this next turn. Ooh. Okay, that's a scary one. We can... Oh, it's got evasive too. Yeah, so we're not blocking that. But I can return to stillness and expansion. I feel like that's probably the most efficient. And then we put a timeline on the stack. Seems decent. just don't think Sapper does much here. So I'm just gonna expand again. Oh, 4x strategy, okay. I'm terrible at those. Sapper and pressure spike. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. I mean, I think the way is to Ghastly. See how they block and then Mountain. It's not a great Ghastly, but it's still kind of free damage, puts 6 bodies in the yard potentially. I guess we'll see. Oh, hey, Bill. Oh, I mean, I'm loving the game. Just trying to keep climbing. And Chaco did a video on this deck, and it just seems really well. I'm still learning it, making a lot of mistakes, but I'm loving it. Oh yeah, thanks for sending folks my way. I really appreciate that. All right, yeah. Got it. Okay. Still got our damages in here. We'll see. This is like not the best game I've had this day. Got some damage. Maybe Mind Spike this next turn. Midame! Oh my goodness. So good to see some familiar folks. I'm trying to figure out how to make this chat a little better. Oh, that's a bit of a bummer, huh? And then they just probably send the clowns this next turn. Yeah, I mean, my attacks are not good here, so. Yeah. Blitz evasion, overwhelm. Yeah, this is pretty rough. Sure, Bill. I mean, you've been super helpful with everything, so thank you. I got to figure out why I'm not able to stream to YouTube at the moment. I'll figure that out at some other point. Just wanted to come on for a couple hours before I head out. A lot of different ways I could have played this game. I'm not convinced that I've played it the best. Mountain. Okay. Well, I think probably Return to Stillness is the play here. We have 2 timelines in the timeline stack. So I can add a 3rd. And I can pressure spike here, which is pretty good. So yeah, let's stop this from attacking. So that would be a bit of a bummer. It's kind of nice to flip that for an extra one. Take the Aardvark overwhelm away. Yeah, makes sense that they would send now. Oh, that's great. Yeah, thank you for sharing those codes. Appreciate that. Okay, well, we do have pressure spike for this. We're definitely not blocking it. And we also have Strength of the Grove. So what do we want to do here? We definitely want 2 things to die. So sure, let's go like there. And then I think maybe pump here. And then pressure spike here.
Wow, the stars.
That's good. Alright, now we get to play our own Wandering Mountain. Oh, and they get to play another one too. And then this adds more timelines too. How did they get a temporary copy? Oh, Chrono scan. I didn't even register that. But we're in a pretty good spot now, I think. Two sets. Yeah, that's gonna be so exciting. All the new cards. Yeah, thanks, buddy, for coming around. Yes, thanks for all the tips. Yeah, for anyone who wants to try, and it's very free to play friendly right now in the beta, so definitely enjoy. How do I want to play this? At 5 timelines. Go to 6. It's still not going to kill everything. I think we just go for Ghastly, right? See if they have the counter. If they have the counter spell, it's pretty bad, but I think this is the way. Nice. So they'll trade, get 2 blocks, they take 5. They'll get to play another blocker. Or no, they'll take 4. But yeah, there's a lot of freebies to be had, definitely, when you first start out. Drafting also, like, really beefs up your collection quite quickly. Because you keep all the cards that you draft. And drafting is very affordable in the game. Like, you just get, like, free material to do it with. Especially if you're good at it. Then you just can kind of go infinite. Alright. Push through more damage. This is scary though. I mean, they're going to play these mountains in Ziv as well. Okay. Yep. So right now they would go to 1. Which doesn't really do me any good. I mean, it trades the mountain with the mountain. This takes 4. I mean, I kind of have to go for this attack. There's not really any 2 ways about it. It's not a great attack, though. But yeah, I think we might be screwed here. What could I have done differently? I mean, they got the Chrono scan is just like excellent. There's not just good card advantage. I guess I probably just need to find a window to Paradox Plague. I think I probably am dead now. But I could stillness on this turn. Oh Jesus. With the Chrono scan. Yeah, I can't compete with that. Sad dog. Sad dog emote. Yeah, definitely could save up stuff for next set. I'm definitely still missing some. Wait, did they not block? Or no, wait, what's happening here? Oh. What? Okay. I think something happened that wasn't supposed to happen there. Oh boy. All right. How are we doing on time? Okay, play for a bit longer. All right, we've done some sprouts. I know that this is probably the deck that will get me to master. It's just such a powerful deck. That other deck was cool though. So it's sprouts plus all the. I always like to kind of like construct decks after I've played against them and noticed them. So I have like a bunch of stuff that I haven't really tried. This is also a cool variant of what our opponent was playing, but a little bit different. They were on like discard Ziv plus Mountain plus Chrono, which is kind of like a cool combo. I'm not sure what that would look like, but and their drivers were, it was like Apprentice, or divers rather, were Apprentice and something else. Kind of blanking. They're running Aardvark, which I feel like every green deck is right now. I've seen people play the Hopper also. Right, and Scrapbot, they had oh, they were running the 2-cost dog. Yeah, which seems great. This is like a nice one too. Okay, so they're running that. I imagine they're probably running like 2 blooms. They were running aggressive recycling. Definitely all rapid iterations. I mean, in the 2-drop slot, I guess you don't need much. So it didn't seem like they were running Poof or anything. Imagine 3 Chronal Scans. Packed Refugees just seems like a staple. All the green decks. Pocket Dimension. I don't know how many you would run. Probably like 2. 1 or 2. Probably all the Scuttlers because they're just free discard. This has been like a nice one of in green decks. I don't know if this deck would want it. Also, Frontline Fellowship I've yet to see, but I think is a really powerful card. I imagine Sapper is like a good backup anti-aggro plan. Clear the Chain is really good. I'm missing one of those. And then I guess we're running probably full 3 Ziv. Still really like Unstoppable Growth as a one of. Right, they're running the mountains. I imagine because this is more control, you can play stuff like Affront to Nature, and I don't know how good Chronosynthesis would be in this deck. I guess it would be fine. Could maybe try that. And then yeah, I guess I feel like this would be kind of the shell. I imagine having Strength of the Grove is just a really powerful card, being an immediate spell. That's something that I've really enjoyed about this game, like the depth of the spells. Going from like Hearthstone version, right, like with Warforged and stuff like that, where it's like you play your spell. It's not instant speed, it's not so like it happens. But the fact that different spells are immediate versus fast versus slow, I think is like a really fun layer to the game. Did I put Bloom in? I did. What else would they be? Not sure what else they would be running. Built to Burn doesn't seem terrible now that they've buffed it, but yeah, maybe Scent the Prey. The only reason I think this deck, like, although you've got Time Stop to answer Ghastly and like the Plague, I just think that you probably get like a little outvalued at times. Though this definitely should have a better layer game. So it's kind of cool. Alright, so this is, I don't know, we'll just call this like Discard Sprouts. But it seems cool. I do think that the counter to purple right now is gray. So I think you're either playing like purple Sprouts, gray Sprouts, or like purple orange, like purple Sungrace, because there's a lot of ways to interact with Sprouts and Sungrace, and kind of toying around with maybe building something like that. The line in the middle of the map is something like a map passive. Oh yes, Minime, sorry. I missed that. Focused adaptation to save Ziv, yeah. Yeah, very LOR. Yeah, so the timelines are very cool. It's like a field effect, like in Yu-Gi-Oh. Like it affects everything on the field. Obviously, what's cool about it is you can kind of make it asymmetrical, and that way, if you have something that buffs a unit when it's by itself, and your opponent has multiple units, like you can take advantage of that where they can't. And I think what's really interesting about the time right now, there's a lot of cards that reward you for multiple timelines, and so that's kind of, I would say most cards that have that in their text are fairly strong. The main one being right now, I would say in this particular meta, which has become like, kind of one of my favorite interactions, is Paradox Plague. So basically everything gets -1/-1 for each timeline in the timeline stack. And then Paradox, which one thing that I think is tough, you have to learn all the keywords for this game. And that's, they're not kind of like inherent. Like you don't like read Paradox and you're like, I know what Paradox could be, right? Whereas like when you hear haste or rush, or like, that that's something coming into play, doing something that turn. Paradox is when you see two of the same card. Why this is very easily achievable is that it counts for these sprouts. So when you have two sprouts of the same variety, which is very easy to do, right? When you have something like Aardvark that's like sprout 1 for each thing you have in play, Paradox is super easy to achieve. And also sometimes your opponent has Paradox, so it's very easy. It is slow, so it's counterable, it's reactable. But what's crazy about the Paradox is that even if you target something that they then like bounce in response or kill in response, as long as the Paradox is active on the board, and so you want to make sure you're targeting in the right way, it will just kill their board. Most cases, right? It will just give the -1 to all of those enemies. So even though the target initially was one unit, it's essentially replacing that effect with Paradox and saying all units get -1/-1 based on how many timelines. So this card's excellent because of the timelines, obviously. Another one that I really enjoy, and I'll probably just fire up some games of this, even though it's not that great right now, is Blazing Shifter. Very aggressive, right? So shift. When he shifts, he deals 1 damage, which is the Volcanic Rivers timeline. And then he gets +1/+1 for each. And when he hits 7 strength, up from 2, which is really not that hard to do, especially if your opponent's adding timelines. It then gets Trample, or in this game, it's called Overpower, which is one of the clearer ones, right? You overpower your opponent. So like this card's been really great with timelines. It's a lot of cool stuff. Oh geez, this chat is like tough to read when we're in here. Right. The timelines, right, correct. Only one timeline can be active at once. Yeah, it's not an effect. Yeah, and really Volcanic only exists to deal damage to both you and your opponent, to pressure life total, and for cards like Denizen of Flames, it just wants to use Volcanic when Volcanic is out. So Volcanic kind of just fuels generally aggressive decks, generally any strategy that's really trying to kind of like brute force, like burn down your opponent's life total. I will say this deck got me pretty far. I think it really has trouble when you go against decks that go wide, which is a lot of decks in the format currently. However, it does have, some of the buffed burn spells now. Lava Axe, very famous Magic card, right? It used to be 5 sorcery speed to deal 5. This deals 3, but if I'm at 15, it deals 4. If I'm at 5, it deals 5. And because of how much damage you can generate in the early game, usually you're closing out the game with 1 Go for the Heart and 1 Blood Bolt, which is dealing 3 for 3 at fast speed. And there is quite a bit of life gain in the game, but it's kind of positioned in, I would say, one of the weakest colors, which is Sungrace. So you don't see it all that often. But going wide is hard. I think I might have to change the configuration. I was like splashing sprouts sort of with Precinct Captain, but I feel like I probably need to change this into, like, Pain Forger is not good into sprouts. I would say. Like, sure, once you get to 10, you could ping some, but like, I think what is good is probably like Pit Dog, Cinder Coil. This is probably one of my favorite cards in the game, also, which is brand new. He's just very cute. But it's like a very classic aggro card, right? When it attacks, it deals 2 to the face of your opponent. It's very easy to flip this because of cards like Bloodline Tracker, which is dealing 2 damage, 1 to your opponent, 1 to you each turn. And this flips into this card pretty easily from that. And then this is great. It gets overpower itself. It deals 2, not just to the enemy core, but to the blocker. That's actually gotten me a couple wins at times. So yeah, there's like some cool, like, this is probably like the primary aggro deck I've been using. Let's see, sorry. How it select what timeline applies. Oh yeah, so Minime, it's whatever was the most recent. So let's say like I start by playing a guy that makes it lava. That sticks until someone else changes it. Right, so then the next unit or spell effect that comes along that says, hey, do this timeline, that overlaps. And then there are some cards that say, and essentially there's a stack of the timelines that is just accumulating across the game. There is one card, very noteworthy, that interacts with timelines and erases them. And that's a deck I've lost to quite a bit, which is something like this. Which is essentially cheating out Origination Engine, which is a very unique card and kind of hard to interact with. So obviously it's like very high costed, but you're going to basically discard this into your graveyard and then reanimate it, bring it back. So it says enter, reset all agents to their base text, empty the timeline stack, erase all graveyards. This is like kind of the ultimate, for anyone who has played Magic, like Hate Bear card, right? Like Hate Bear decks in Magic was like things that specifically target other decks or have these effects that kind of like bring things back to basics. Origination Engine is like the ultimate version of this. It immortalizes when your hand is empty, which is really hard to do for the most part, but there is Nascent Clone, which says transform me into an exact copy of a non-immortalized agent, but I retain the following text, immortalize at the end of round when I see Paradox. So the combo is you're going to discard this card to plenty of things. There's Rapid Iteration. What else is there? Oh, right. I was kind of just building this from scratch. Oh, right. Headbanging, Scrapbot. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so there's plenty of ways to discard this. Then, as one of your divers, so you're always going to have access to this, you play Redactionist. You summon back your Origination Engine that you discarded. And because of the way this card interacts, even though Redactionist normally would give what it revives temporary, so it dies at end of turn, the Origination Engine gets rid of that text, which is like a wild interaction. I don't know if that was intended. But essentially it means reanimate your Origination Engine, which is just almost always a very powerful thing to do on turn 4 or like 4 energy. Then you play Nascent Clone the next turn, copy it. They both immortalize. And it's really hard to have removal that gets rid of Origination Engine when it hits the board, you know, before 5 or 6 energy crystals. It's just not something that most decks can really deal with. And so when it immortalizes, then it becomes an 8/8 with evasive, which is essentially unblockable, or flying. Flying is a better comparison. Only evasive cards can block evasive. And then it's enter around start, reset all agents to their base test. So you're completely like stopping any timeline synergies that your opponents are having. You're inherently putting 2 8/8s on the board that have evasive. So like I got really messed up by this deck, and I wonder, I haven't tried it so much yet, if this is like kind of a rogue deck that can beat some of the better decks right now, because it messes up with the timelines and because it has evasive. I don't really have answers to that in Choco's build, so I haven't tried this yet. I also don't know if this is like technically the correct build. Like, I don't even know if Ghastly Rush belongs to this deck, frankly. I'd have to really look at it. but I think it's a unique strategy that doesn't really exist anywhere else in the game. So sorry, I'm chatting so much. Yeah, building around timelines, I think, is one of the cooler parts of the game. And because timelines interact with both you and your opponent, there's kind of this cool thing where, like, you can be doing your deck's thing, and then if your opponent's deck is built to also utilize timelines, then, like, they also get to do the thing. So it's sort of this mutually fun way, like, different kind of, like, metric to sort of track and, like, play the game. It's like a different angle to play the game on. Yeah, and then, like, you know, you can play, there's aggro, there's not a ton of aggro decks. I would say they kind of exist in this, like, burn beat, like, typical, like, low cost aggressive decks. There's like 2 really, then like a huge amount of mid-range, and then like that combo deck. I think there's maybe a couple other combos. I'm not sure how competitive they are. The game is primarily mid-range, like different flavors. But yeah, there's a ton of other stuff. Like, to give another, like, very unique example, and for those of you who know Warforged, you'll know Jacob Silverblade, who's been playing this game. He has been really in the cooking, you know, in the kitchen with this build. And I have seen literally no one else play this or talk about this. I'm sure plenty of other people may have, but he's really abusing this new card, the Consomme Conspirator. So it says, when you heal a damaged ally, give it evasive this round, and then as long as you've done, like, healing to your life total, it flips, and then you can activate it, deal 1 to an ally, heal it 1. When you heal a damaged ally, give it evasive. Evasive is a very powerful thing. Most decks are not running evasive strategies, and so you have cards like this, right? When I survive damage, buff me, and then if I've killed something, I flip over, he gets overpowered, he becomes huge. So the whole thing is, like, you're doing some level of healing and aggressing, and then you start popping off. And, like, for cards like Shattersmith, which generically, sure, I mean, a 5/5 for 3 or a 6/6 for 3, not bad. It doesn't really matter because it doesn't have, like, overpower. But when you give it evasive, it's gonna kill you. So, like, I remember I was playing this game into Jacob the first time. I was, like, totally smashing most of the game, and then he had like 2 turns where he just flipped his Conspirator and gave basically his entire board with multiple Shattersmith, which I was kind of, like, chump blocking here and there, evasive, and just, like, killed me outright. Also, Paradox Flow is really good for these decks that deal self-damage, because then it just heals everything, and most of your deck wants to see what is called the One True Timeline, because it immortalizes, it flips your Shattersmith, it flips your Seeker of Truth, your Temple Guard Hound, which is definitely one of the cutest, one of my favorite cards in the game. Yeah, and then you have, like, healing and, like, a lot of ways to interact with your opponent's board. It's a cool, it's, like, also a combo deck, sort of. It's like a combo mid-range deck. So, but it revolves around one specific timeline. So, how does the balance feel? So the balance, I think, it's definitely still relatively good, though I think we can agree, for most people who have been playing this game, you know, more consistently, that, and I really should get used to, like, actually saying their names. Hold on, let me actually just go outside of the deck. You know me, I love to chat, so let's chat while Miname, you're asking some wonderful questions. Okay, Lifeblood, I think, far and away is the best faction right now. And that's mainly because of the Sprout synergies. Sprouting, I think, in Alpha was somewhat powerful, but was really put on the map by some other synergies and other cards that came later. But just the fact that you can kind of sprout... this card is like an absolute format menace right now. It's very easy to flip this. It gives you multiple bodies very easily. Unless you remove this immediately, it's going to become a problem. And this, when he flips into his full, like, cool form, he also has, you know, sprout 1 for each other ally, then shift to the overpower timeline, which is like the trample one that deals extra damage. an insane synergy, which I wouldn't have thought about, is Aardvark and this new card, Ghastly Rush, which is summon an exact temporary copy of each ally. So not only does this copy your entire board, but when anything that has a come into play ability re-triggers. So let's say you've got like your Aardvark flipped and you've got 5 other units on the board too. When you Ghastly Rush, it not only copies your board, it then buffs everything again with the Aardvark's enter play ability because you've got multiple sprouts. So they're like, that's an incredible synergy. I would say just general, like having Paradox Plague. This is why I think this might be the best deck in the format. I think Lifeblood plus the Splashing of Silence is just really powerful. But sorry, I'm getting too lost in the weeds. I think Lifeblood is very, very strong. I also think Phase Tide, Singularity, and Silence are kind of like, you know, close behind. I think Splinter Gleam is probably a part of that, but like as a color on its face is like a little bit less powerful. Just like less synergy. It's kind of just like mostly aggro. There's also Bleed, which is kind of another archetype, but I think has kind of fallen out of favor as being a little too inefficient. And then Sungrace is kind of just like fully on its own. It has a lot of really cool pieces to it. And they're like, you can see that this faction has a lot of ways to synergize, whether it's ramping with stuff like this, getting an extra crystal, getting extra energy, shifting to Star Siphon, which gives you extra spell mana each turn. Limit Breaker, I wish this guy was good. He's such a cool card. He gets bigger depending on how many spell mana you save each turn. Then he turns into this cool mech, which gets like additional keywords, which is like incredible. But it's actually just too kind of clunky and weird. They also have like burn packages too, like with damage to your face. This is another ramp. Kind of, this gets you extra crystals. This gets bigger as time goes by. Swashbuckling Diehard got buffed. I think this card's gotten a little better. Medic is really good into Sprouts because it does 1 to everything when it comes into play and you heal. And then it's got some other cool like high-end spells. It's just a little clunky. So I think it can be quite a cool, like I think it pairs well with certain colors. I think, and my suspicion is that you could probably build a pretty great Silence Sungrace like control deck to try and beat out Lifeblood decks. But I haven't really tried to do that. I'm also not really a control player. So I would say Lifeblood probably needs to be nerfed. These all feel fairly good, and then I would say Sungrace needs to be buffed. That's kind of like how I've seen it. Yes, I think they've been doing a pretty good job, you know, taking in a lot of information for balancing. It is a lot to balance, right? I think what is helpful, and this is always a problem with Warforged, right, is that there are some static variables. So like timelines statically do what they do. And so like, let's say there's a deck that maybe technically gets a better, like a more asymmetrical effect out of timelines. I think what they can always do is kind of go into those cards that are taking advantage of those timelines and nerf those rather than change a timeline. So I think like timelines kind of give you this extra way for decks to get advantage, which I think kind of helps keep the power flatter, like across decks is sort of what it feels like. But it is a lot. It's a lot of factors to balance. I think the very powerful synergies, like, you know, when they've tried these things like Ghastly coming into the game, the Mountain coming into the game, which gets cost reduction for stuff going to the graveyard, like it, you know, to offer like a way that they might balance something. Like this Mountain card is pretty much in every green deck at the moment because Sprouts. This counts Sprouts. Like Sprouts are not tokens, like they are fully agents that then die and go to the graveyard. In Magic, it doesn't really work that way. Tokens just die. They technically enter the graveyard, but it wouldn't. I don't know. Maybe it would work for this. Now that I'm thinking about the wording, it says in your graveyard. So yeah, so I don't think. So like, should this count with tokens or with Sprouts? Maybe not. it'd probably be a lot worse if they did that change. The other idea is like, should this count temporary things dying as well? I think it'd probably be a good nerf if they wanted to balance this kind of particular synergy, would be temporary cards do not count towards this. So you can't just, spam a board and then Ghastly Rush to copy all of them. Then all of those copies count towards the mountain. I feel like that would be a reasonable nerf to this particular kind of strategy. So yeah, it is a lot to balance. There's a lot going on even in this base set. But I kind of, once you sort of get past like the keyword stuff and you get past like having a reasonable collection, which is just, you put your kind of time and learning into it. I've really enjoyed learning it. I've had the time to do it. I've wanted to do it. And so it's been a really good fit for me. I can see that there are some barriers to entry with this game, but I think the indie team is doing a really great job. And I've just had a blast really like learning everything. So yeah. Yes, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Yes, that's another. Yeah, Bleed does Cookie. Yeah, thank you for weighing in. Yeah, Bleed I haven't played a ton of. I think it makes sense that would counter Sprouts pretty well. The one thing, unless I'm mistaken, about Bleed that has felt not good is that it feels like you can because the mountain exists in the game, you can bleed things and like try and chip away at the board or try and clear the boards. And I think the green decks have a lot of ways of just creating boards that are really strong, and then you have to contend with like Ghastly and you have to contend with the mountain, where like, okay, you kill my board, but then I get to play these free 12/12s or 8/8s or whatever. Turn 4 or 5 Sapper on time crushes all kinds of green. Yeah, I think sometimes I think like by turn 4, like if you're playing it on 4 and your opponent doesn't have removal, which for the most part they're not going to. It is pretty good. It is pretty good. But past having it right on 4, which I guess, yeah, you can put it as a diver, do all of that. Sorry, I think I'm peeking here, trying not to hurt your ears. I feel like when I've played into it, maybe it's just been unlucky draws for them. It's felt like it's a little too slow. But could be wrong. Developers will take the competitive aspect too seriously. Yeah, I can't really speak to that, Minime. BJ is definitely a lot more in touch with like the developer side. He did an interview, I think, with the main dev who's been working. They really wanted to revive LOR, and they really wanted to revive the competitive aspect of like a cool format for a card game. I do think that will be a pretty reasonable focus for the game. Do I know how much that's going to warp the game? I'm not sure. But I guess for the foreseeable, all I would hope is that they take good feedback. They're listening to the community, not just listening to the top players, but maybe, considering their content at least. I think in Warforged, we were able to get them to make certain changes based off what we thought because they really didn't know what they were doing. This game, I have a lot more confidence that they know what is good and what isn't. And they have a really good ambassador in Ali Straza, I think is her name. She's a great YouTuber who's done a lot of Hearthstone work and is like a direct team member. She's a card gamer. So I feel like even if they just have her in their pocket, that's better than nothing, which Warforged, I think, primarily was like kind of flying by the seat of its pants, didn't really care about balance for the most part. So yeah, it's affected my game sometimes. Sometimes you're matching up into the same stuff over and over again, but it hasn't come up to the point where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna like, if I do, sometimes I'll just go and draft, and that's been fun. But let's play an aggro deck. I mean, mid-range I think it probably is the way in this format, but the other thing is Sprout Rewind. I think that this is one of those kind of like weird aggro decks that, like, because of how powerful Temple Analyst is, it can be quite good. Okay, I don't know why Holder of Instruments is in here. Did I put that in here? I don't remember doing that. Weird. But again, you know, you're trying to like build a wide board. Forget what else. Right, I was sort of like messing with the build a little bit to see what I wanted. Yeah, let's just do another gardener. Although we've got this combo, I think we're still trying to do the wide thing. Yeah, so there are decks that I think like maybe they're not format all-stars, but they've got their place. So it's felt fun. But yeah, let's do some aggro. Even if we lose, I just have it's just like a good old trusty beatdown deck. Then I'll probably skedaddle in a little bit. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, okay. I don't see this all the time. So Silent Sun Grace. And, right, when you play an action shift to Volcanic Rivers. Okay, so this is like maybe like Burn Heal. The hand is kind of weird. I think we keep these. Or do I just pitch back the Denizen too? I'll keep the Denizen. Just want like 2-drop here? Okay. Well, didn't get it. Unfortunate. Oh, there we go. Okay. Doggo is good. Yeah. Just open with Bloodline Tracker. Do some damage to... I guess I gotta offer the trade. That seems terrible, though. Start getting our durability going. Just... Sorry. Just, yes. Sorry. I need to hold that up. Okay. Let's see what they do here. If they want to, like, shift us, then I'll probably just play Denizen of Flames.
Is that the best you've got?
Yeah, that's gonna flip. I can Bloom to save it, but, like, that doesn't really do anything. Bloom to save it. I don't love that. I think what the play is probably just go Egg Tender into Denizen, and then once this flips, flip us back. He's just gonna kill this, I imagine. Yeah. Yeah, I'll still do the durability. I think that's still worth for us. Yeah, flips. Don't really want to give them spell mana, so that's why we're gonna take this line. I could also Egg Tender second and go for buff on Doggo. Yeah, that's probably better.
Fire! Fire!
Yeah, so here just trying to like manage the timelines in a way that is like somewhat advantageous for me. Kind of a, not a rough start, but not a great start for me. So we'll see. There is an Oracle. I still like get confused sometimes. I think you have to right click or left click over here. Yeah, and it is really helpful. Okay, we have the guaranteed flip here. They obviously can then re-flip to Stillness, but like pretty nice to immortalize here. So I think we just go for that and then kind of figure out. The other option is to Panic Refugee, but then they can stop that. So yeah, This will get buffed, which kind of doesn't matter, unfortunately. So I could just forsake that. It's tempting. You know what? I am going to do this. I could prefer that. We'll lose out on the immortalization, but like, we could potentially combo Blazing Shifter with Denizen Flames.
Dust to dust.
Okay. That I don't really mind. And I think we just send with everything. Oh, then they'll siphon back. But I could take the energy with Bloom. Also feels like they've got at least something else. Alright, I think I'm down to trade here. I should just be pushing damage though. Yeah, let's just do this. Okay. Probably got something to affect this. Yeah, I don't want to play too wimpy in these attacks. Like, I am the aggressor here for sure. Okay. Yeah, they're gonna get kind of what they want here, unfortunately.
Oh no!
Let's get full spell mana here. Which at least we can kind of make use of. Okay, they're just passing. I mean, I think I'm gonna use all my unit energy here. Shift us out of here as well.
Magma
I don't see a reason not to. Now we're at the Blood Bolt threshold. Which is cool. See what they want to do. Also forcing them to play to the board or use removal here.
Only those you put on yourself.
Okay. That I want to kill before we... I wonder if they have a way to interact with that. Yeah, because I first for once for each reserve energy to overflow, I immortalize. Yeah, I don't want to let that happen, I don't think. So, try and Blood Bolt that. Okay. I mean, I'm just attacking here because they've got Stillness in their hand. Imagine they have a way to interact with this, but... Oh. Guess so. They're trying to bait something here? If they've got the unconditional removal, then they've got it. So I think I'll just heal through this. And we'll just slam Monarch when we can. Okay. Yeah, we've got something else. Oh, okay. That's pretty huge. It took the 8. Well, we're getting them down. Definitely getting those. It's a huge attack. I mean, putting them in range of like 5 to 6 health is really all we need. I don't want to overextend here too hard, but I might as well get the flip here.
Fire! Fire!
Nice. If they have a plague, that's probably what they're playing toward. I don't want to get the paradox, which I don't have, so that's good. Hey Choco, thank you for the follow, my man. It's going a lot better since playing your Ghastly Sprouts build. I just switched over, but I have to have, I don't know, something in the ballpark of like an 80% win rate with that Ghastly Sprouts build. I'm not that far. I'm like flat 2 or something, but that deck has just been crazy powerful. So I've had a lot of fun following your stuff, so thanks for hanging out. I mean, I'm wary of... I'm trying to figure out what to play around here. I feel like overextending units-wise doesn't make a whole lot of sense, so I think I'll just ship it here. Okay, there's one Blood Bolt. Ah, okay. Very glad I didn't overextend here. Yeah, nothing I could do about that, unfortunately. Question is, do I just slam Monarch here? I don't really see a reason not to. It's like 2 threats that should kill them next turn. So they'll shift this away, but that's fine by me. Then we've got 4 damage in our hand, essentially. So they're going to shift this away. I was going to say, I mean, Voice of Sky, I'm not going to give you an opportunity to use next turn, so I guess you might as well use it. Sure. Gets pumped. What's fun about these burn decks too is because like getting down to 5 is not necessarily a bad thing. You can kind of take damage aggressively. I'm just going to send here. We'll see what they have. Go for him first. Okay. What do we got? Two spells. Trying to get the ordering right or something. Not sure what's... Okay. Alright. Not sure what happened there. I guess maybe they didn't have a way to interact properly. Alright, I think that's plat 1, right? Nice. So yeah, I mean, typical aggro stuff. Probably play a couple more games. Maybe do a couple of this and then do some rewind. My rewind build is still not fully there. Makes me feel like I'm playing Delver of Secrets, that rewind deck. Like just kind of like protect your Kayla and like go about your business. It's very fun. I'm glad I got to stream a bit today. Not feeling great and I'm at home, so I was like, screw it. Let's do a little bit of streaming, why not? Where's everybody at? Where's the cube at? I also have a pretty neat draft deck. I might have to do that at some point. Shed the Shark. Okay. Okay, this is like discard silence control. Alright, let's see what we can do. Wow, this hand is kind of nutty. I kind of want triple 1-drop so that I can just double this. These are good with these, but like, yeah. Okay. Well, can't get everything you want, Tim, you know? Oh, right. I also have to figure out if I'm like actually trying to run. I haven't really edited this build since playing more of the meta. Hopefully they don't shift. It just kind of boxed me into a weird line now. I could just bank this mana and then play double 2-drop.
Fire! Fire!
Nah. Personally, I think... Okay, sweet. I'm gonna attack. I'd rather get the damage in. Especially since they don't have a 1-drop. Oh. Little puppy. I think we just played Pit Dog. Immortalizing is good, but I want to use all my energy efficiently. Alright, I think we'll start here.
Fire! Fire!
We'll kind of go from there. Alright, we can save that. I think that's probably worth. Okay. I was wondering if they were trying to play that. Well played by them. Alright, well, just get in there. Yep. Makes sense. I always forget that that also strikes. Still kind of confused about how damage or like health stuff resolves. This seems to be like a visual.
There's nothing she can't find.
The pump spells. Aardvark doesn't really do that much for us here. I think we just play Blazing Shifter. Just use all our
Magma answers my
manas.
call.
Keep doing damage. We've got some burn in our hand. Right now we only have 5, but if we get to break down 15, we've got a lot more. Yep, you got it. I think I just go for this attack. Obviously, they're probably going to chump take 1. But I kind of want to save Pain Forger for something else. Yeah. Oh. Okay. They got something. Sure. I'm trying to save it. Make them use multiple spells on our turn. Looks like they just have another one. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, and they get it back too, don't they? When the dog dies? Or they just draw one. Okay. Right, and the dog won't die now. Yeah, that's pretty good. Man, this aardvark is so mopey. I don't think it makes sense to be running this card. Sometimes you get to live the dream, but I kind of want to ping myself twice here, but I think that that's just not the smartest thing. So let's just Pain Forger here. Alright, so double rapid iteration, headbanging, Somnus. Alright, that's something. We do have 5 spell mana here though. It's awkward though, we can't. Bloodbolt would be a straight up kill in response to that. Huh. Guess we'll do this first. Somnus attacking. Okay, great. I will take that block. Okay, it's very helpful. Yeah. I'll pass. You gonna use this? No. Okay. Snake insta flips. We have 10 energy. It's still better to play with Monarch with this board. We still have access to 4. Kind of don't want to commit to that because I do want to kill Somnus. So yeah, let's start here. So it's also like guaranteed damage there too. Okay, what's going on here? 2. So if I kill this in response, this is still taking 4. But I should just use this in response though. And then he responds and then I Bloodbolt. I think so. Let's get in for R2. We're running out of cards here though. It's pretty rough. Pain Forger could get us to the bat for us.
You know.
2. Okay, that's not crazy. Alright, that puts us in an area that you can. I mean, that's good for us, to be honest. But I should just play the Monarch. That'll shift us out. But it is what it is. Yeah, I was gonna say, I imagine there's some sort of removal. Unfortunately. Alright, well, I'll take 2. Kill this. take the 4. Oh, technically. 4 lets me flip this. I guess don't want to take that much damage. Where do I take it? Go to 8. Sure, I'll go to 8. I can go to 6 and hit that. And then I can potentially flip into this to deal 5. Yeah, I think we'll go for that. Okay. Another scrap bot. Fair enough. Oh, one of the worst draws. Yikes. Yeah, I have basically nothing here. Another one, yeah. Nah, this is tough. They got some good answers here. Yeah, I mean, I'll just ping you. Okay, that's not a bad draw. Huh. Alright, so they'll get pumped to 3, so I think I block. I go here. Aardvark will potentially flip. So I guess we do this. Should I wait until they play anything else? Potentially. Summon an attacking wolf. Yeah, so I think we want them like as much board space as possible for this spell. I could be wrong. Oh no, they're gonna flip and pump. I don't actually know how this works with board space though. I think we just go for this. Right, it can only summon to the board space that's there. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty doomed. Not a bad draw, but I don't think we can really get there at this point. Sure. We do get to keep a wolf. We'll play Bloodline Tracker. This puts us to 5, which I do want. Question is, do I want to use my pain? Also, do I do this now? I think so. Right? Like, use my spell mana. Deal 5. Okay. See what they do. Okay. Pocket Scout, Zorp. Into Zorp or something else. there's nowhere to really get there. Yeah, this just like doesn't do anything. It shifts us to volcanic. Oh no, it doesn't. When it dies. So they would potentially. No. No, it really doesn't do anything. Guess I just have to trade here, burn us both, and hope I draw. Burn. That's about it. Yep. I mean, playing this, I think I'll just play it as a blocker. Yeah, I think I just ping us both. Pass. Oh my god, we drew it. Holy hell. Ah, they got the counter spell. Fair enough. Good game. Good game. They got it. We definitely played Garabs though. I mean, they gained, I think it was 7 or 8 life, and we managed to get them back down to lethal. Not bad. Okay, I think I'll do 1 or 2 more of this, and then we'll call it a stream. Okay, so it looks like kind of classic control. Definitely don't need these early. Oh man, my nose, please. I'll take this. I will happily take this, my friend. Hey, Bill. We did okay today. I mean, our Ghastly Sprouts have won every game. And then we're 1-1 currently. But it was fun to get to do this for a little while. I'm just gonna run out Mr. Snack. Just love a good old aggressive 2-drop. It's also super cute.
It was meant to be.
Yeah, that's annoying. Don't really have an answer for that. Alright, keep plugging away here. Get this non-combat damage quest done. The thing is, this is gonna... Well, no, I do have Sprout. Yeah, so I guess we'll commit to sprouting the snake. Sure. Block there. would like to shift us. We'll do the damage first.
Fire! Fire!
Fire, fire. Hey, BJ. What's up, buddy? I'm getting off soon, but if anyone else is streaming, let me know. I don't think there are many folks hanging out, but happy to pass the torch. Oh, they have another one, damn. Yeah. We can flip this, though, on our turn, which is pretty awesome, at least for pushing damage. They're still obviously very high life total, but... Switch it back with Shifter, but I can also just pull them away with Refugee. So let's do that first. Thanks for the follow, Lag. What's up? For joining the stream. Okay, interesting. Doing all of this pre-combat? Okay, it was like, what's going on? Yeah, fair enough. Alright, well, this just feels like a no-brainer. We get to flip our guy.
Magma answers my call.
Go back. Oh, no, it doesn't work that way. Why did I think that? But yeah, we'll just hit for 6. I think that's still probably the play, honestly. I just forgot about the ordering. Hey, thanks. Are you also content creator?
Your sins are heavy. My fists are heavier.
Always good to hear. Right, this is like, I mean, I imagine they're gonna trade here. There's not really much else I can do about that. Almost kind of want to throw out the Panic Refugee as bait, but no, I guess there's no harm in doing that, really. So let's see what they do here. Huh. So if I do this prior, I think like they trade, right? So could be wrong. I think we want to go here and we want to activate. This takes 3, they trade. Still game the 3. That's fine though. Player Snake. Content consumer. Oh, that's great. All right, I imagine you're a fan of Chrono and enjoying the game. I've really only spent, I would say, like the last week and part of this early week playing, but I'm really enjoying it. BJ's been on this since the Kickstarter, so he's really doing it. This is coming down next turn. I mean, I could just play Panic Refugee. I could also just go Blasphemous Monarch. Could also just go to combat immediately. Not sure what I want to do here. I guess we'll just go to combat immediately. Okay, there's no interaction. Alright, that's pretty huge. Okay. Omen. If I shift, then it buffs this. These are gonna die. The other play is Panic Refugees, but I don't think that really does so much. Yeah, good enough.
The work continues.
Hey, Frank Knight. Oh my goodness. What's up, buddy? Dark times for 40k. That's for sure, man. I miss it so much. It's really sad. Really, really sad how that's just like gone. But this has been definitely taking my time and attention. I've really enjoyed it. Oh, they're not going to go first. Okay. Yeah, nothing I can do about that. It's pretty good. Alright, I guess... refugee. Race. Yeah, nothing I can do about that. We'll just go wide here. And then hit. Hopefully that'll be enough to get some damage through here. Yeah, Frank, what have you been up to since the death of all the card games? Nice. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Yeah, I just tried to get things together this morning because I'm a little sick and at home. So I was like, screw it, why not? You know, just play some games. And I've been doing super well with that Ghastly deck, but I also love me some aggro. I really do. Alright, people who've seen how this deck plays out, honestly one that always challenges me but is really fun is this rewind deck. So I think let's fire that up. Yeah, Dawn of War 4. 100%, yes. I'm also... If I can really get into that, I'd love to do some content for it. Warhammer 40k Total War, yes. That also looks epic. You know, Lag, I didn't play LOR. I actually was there around for when it was in beta, and I just was too, like, magic-pilled to, like, have fun with this, like, turn system, like the priority passing system. And I was like, this is weird. I don't like this. Sort of like... And I just moved off of it. And I wish I had. Oh, we're against the same guy. I think we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potentially. But Tidal Wave is much better later. Yeah, I think I'd rather just, yeah, cool. This feels better. Yeah, trying to. I mean, I miss a lot of stuff. I missed Lethal earlier. I'm still, like, trying to understand the interactions a bit. But, I mean, thankfully I've had some really great help from, you know, so many people. The community. BJ, like, really helped me get into the game, helped explain things. So, yeah, I have a lot of other people to thank that I was able to. And then this last week I just had more time. Like, my summer break is about to end, but I was able to really just, like, sit down and spend some time with the game. And now I feel like I've got some fundamentals down. Still lots to learn. But yeah, Frank, this game 100% is very different from where we come from. But, like, if you have any interest, you're not going to put money into it. And it's, you know, especially right off the bat. And it's just excellently done. If you're at all curious. The diver system is very cool, deck building, just how the game functions as a whole. I can't remember if they can interact with me here, but we're
Seriously,
go for
how did that get through testing?
the classic line here. Yeah, the skill ceiling is
It was meant to be.
incredible. Okay, same opener. Sure. We just get to do this for free no matter what. This card is such a wild design, like, really crazy. I'm still going to play the Egg Tender. Obviously, they can hook it and get, like, the 2-for-1, but if they're not hooking Temple Analyst, I think that's fine. Sadly, we don't have a combat trick here, though. Okay. Yeah, I imagine this is dying. I don't really have a way to keep it alive here. Yeah, I'll just take the 2. That's fine. There's nothing I can really respond to removal-wise, so I might as well just get the Sleepy Druid going.
Just rest here for a moment.
They can fire off their removal now if they've got it. Not looking for the next card game burned out. Yeah, dude, that's fair. You know, I was actually really enjoying HHL, but like I sort of assumed it would meet the same fate, and it did. But I was like kind of background playing that in, I don't know, what, the spring, I guess? So, sad to see that. Pumping Egg Tender doesn't really do anything. I'm also going to try and kill this so it can't hook that, probably. So I think I'll just pump myself here. Try and guard it, see if we can get some of these going. Cool, yeah, this is the only one I have in this card. This card's great. The fact that it's immediate, too, is really nuts. Okay, I think we just attack and see what they do. We have focused adaptation. They don't really have a good block. So. Okay. Sure. That's fine. Ah. Okay, well I can respond to this. It is going to flip. So I can pump this out of range. Which seems good. And then I flourish again and double flip. I feel like that's got to be the way. And then, yeah, I think we go for this Sleepy Druid.
Just rest here for a moment.
And then I'll just have it pump itself. It's weird that that one didn't track, but then flips. But it's just a visual bug. Oh, it's low? Sorry. Hello, hello, hello. I thought it was too loud earlier, so maybe overcorrected. Yeah, I mean, these all flipping is pretty great. This is next ally that enters play flourishes the first time each round. Sweet, so yeah, I get to activate this now. This is like another angle for the deck, which is super annoying. So this is good though. It's for each. It's each time you heal. Heal allies and your core 1 when you overflow. Deal damage to enemies. For each time you've healed this turn. Okay, so I can save this from combat. And then maybe save it from. The other option is just to focused adaptation, but I kind of just want to save that for agent flourishes or agent decays. Yeah, I can just have this decay. Or what would I rather? Wait. No. Okay. You will flourish. So confusing. Just kind of want to see if they have something else to interact here. Great. They're not going to hit overflow, so I think if it pumps itself, it should live. Now I could bounce this back to my hand and replay it, but I think we're gonna get this flip anyway. So I think we're good here. Yeah. Sweet. Hey Slither, good to see you, buddy. Can decay it into backhand. Oh, thank you. Did not see that line. Okay. Well, that definitely would have been better. I think we'll just start with you. Yeah, I'll take that line here if I can. So it blows up this. And that's it. Wait. Why did those die? I'm so confused. I must have missed something there. Well, that's a pretty huge punt, unfortunately. Alright, I'm just gonna send and we'll go for strength or adaptation. I definitely messed that up. Yeah, no, I just thought it only dealt 1 damage. I was very confused by that. Okay. That's my fault. Oh, it's not enough to kill it. Oh, I could decay it, though. Yeah, so that's fine. We'll go to damage. Yeah, this did so much work. I really messed that up. Big time. I don't. Alright, so I think rewinding Sap Sapper is like a play I have to me. But I guess let's just try going for the decay here. Okay, cool. That's good for us. Oh, what does this guy do again? Deal 1 damage to each agent and core for each reserve energy you have. Right, so it's gonna deal. Oh, but I can just backhand it. And that seems pretty good. Let's go for that. Nice. Awesome. Let's make some sprouts. Pass. This guy. Sure. Is there anything else? I don't think so. Yeah, let's just great.
Your sins are heavy. My fists are heavier.
Cool. Got that. Let's make some more sprouts. This guy probably is gonna die, but I can maybe bounce both next turn. So I think I just have. Just keep pumping him. I don't know. Thanks, Frank. Yeah, thank you for stopping by, man. Sorry, I'm like concentrating so hard. I'm still really just trying to figure out what I want to do here. Don't really have anything else to do. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I feel like the best thing is you pull a sprout here or something, right? Oh. Okay. Respect. That's pretty scary. Just pump. And then let them go to combat, and I think... Let's do this now. I can rewind this agent to try and save them. Yeah, so let's do brushes. Yeah, I'll target himself, see if I can kind of like bait this out. A million ways to play this. I don't know if I'm doing that correctly. Okay, so that's going to blow up all of them. Unless I do some shenanigans. So, I think I just go for Chronicle of the One and grab Prayer for Rescue. Right? Or we just bounce the Sprout to our hand and bounce this. That also seems pretty good. Doesn't gain any life. And then we... The Panicked Refugee. Because then we'll flip. And then we just go to combat, and I think we should be good. We just can't attack with our or like we would have to pump that sprite. Okay, healing, drawing, flipping. Okay, got it. Okay, so I'm just gonna rewind this. Yeah, I think he's seen it. still leaf until game 5. Yeah, so I'll still just rewind this route. See what they do. Okay. GG. Nice. Took a while. Took a little while, but we got there. All right. Nice. All right, I think... Did I do one more? Yeah, I kind of played that terribly. Let's try and do one more. See if we can do better. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of lines that I'm definitely still not not seeing at all. And that's why I play aggro, but that's okay. Oh, all right. Well, that's good to know. We're navigating through some good matches. I feel like a card that I still kind of stumble around is Zap Zapper. Like, sometimes I feel like scuff my ability to play it effectively. It is still a powerful card. I feel like I might be playing it. Adaptation I don't mind having in hand. Yeah. Okay. Alright, let's see what they want to do here. Makes sense. Put this, we'll take my 1. So they're going to have Voiceless Guy my turn. So it probably makes a little more sense to pack, but I also kind of want the buff here. Yeah. Also kind of like makes their turn less efficient. I feel like that's fine. I've been in this kind of scenario before. Not sure. Oh, do they have removal for Tender? Oh, no, they've got the 4. That's right. Oh no. Not Origination Engine. Oh god. This deck. This deck. Doggo. I could prevent the flip here. Is that worth it? I don't think that's worth it necessarily. Okay, I haven't seen this kind of build for Origination Engine quite yet. At least in terms of the divers. Alright, I think just going wide here makes sense. I can slam Sap Sapper next turn. But just like... yeah. Sure. Whoops. Okay, just run this out. Damn. Yep. Fair enough, dog. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Slither. Slither, what have you been playing? What's like your jam in the game so far? Alright, I guess I just go with Druid here.
Just rest here for a moment.
My turn. So just pass. I guess I just go for a buff and see if they do anything about it. I'll just upgrade here. Get people's toughness a little higher. Alright, if they're really passing, that's fine for me. Must just have a handful of spells. The question is, do I want to try and flip this like pre-combat? I guess that would be good. Pump here. Basically start here like I'm gonna hook this. Kind of see what they do. Okay, flip that. Iteration, 3 bugs, and origination engine. Okay. Yes, I would like for this to evolve. Sweet. I think in response, kill this. Another one of these.
Just rest here for a moment.
The hand is really awkward. Kind of like running out of units. Yeah, I think I just... No real attacks here. So we're just gonna buff and see what happens. And another one, huh? Alright. Should have targeted maybe something else. Every rapid iteration. Huh. Yeah. No, we'll just pass. Not good. Playing a lot of Somnus decks at first. I quite like Silence Singularity control with all the discard stuff. Oh, cool. Very cool. Yeah, I've been playing that Ghastly Sprouts build from Chaco and PK, and that's been like my climbing deck. I like to play Rewind because I'm trying to get better at it, and I like the Gruel aggro, like Singularity plus red. Oh boy, that is scary. Seems they're gonna pass from here, so I guess go for the buff. I'm gonna go for Boo because I do want to try and hook this next turn. Cool. She flips. Okay, that was a good draw. Alright, we're just gonna swing it with everyone here. See if it happens. Nothing. I mean, I don't think I can Strength the Grove into open mana. But if I did, that would be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, it's not lethal. So, and I think I'm fine with this trade. Guess I could focus adaptation in response. Might as well make use of this. Hi. Hi, silly cat. Let's please not walk over the water, though. Oh, this didn't die. Oh my god, this play. I for some reason thought they were trading. Oh, origination engine incoming. And there's nothing I can do about it. Yeah. So interesting. So it's like not specifically an engine deck. I mean, it kind of is, but they're running early game divers instead. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just screwed now. So use this trigger in response. Yep. Yep. Dang, origination engine. Yeah, my guess is that he's got the clone card, but I know. We're gonna be done after this game. Cat needs some attention. I mean, taking 6 here doesn't really do anything. I probably just say okay. Probably got removal, but that's some ways to interact here at least. They're gonna try and go to 0 here? That would be pretty wild. I guess I respond by killing this, don't I? I think that makes sense. Clear the chain, okay. Sure. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, going to 7 here, like, how much does that matter? I'm just thinking about if I draw that one card that lets me surge. I guess I'll go for this. Oh, right, and then it flips. No matter what. Got it, got it. Alright, well now I'm screwed. Yeah. Damn. Yeah, that time stop is definitely on the aggressive side. Oh, I'd have to just go to combat here. And then straight through the grove, I guess? So we've got... This gets this. And then everything else. This is plus 6 is 7, 8. It's not lethal. Yeah, we'll just go for this.
Engram incomplete.
Yeah, figured they had it. Yep. Now I'm screwed. Damn. It's a tough deck to play against. I really have to spend more time. I think I've lost every Origination Engine matchup I've played. Yeah, so that's 16. I mean, we're at 17, so it's not like we're dead yet. But can they get one back from the grave? Oh no, right, there's no grave. Oh, that was a good draw. Huh. What could I bounce here? I guess just bouncing my guy. So I take 12 instead of... And then they have to spend their whole turn, like, replaying it. I think so? Oh, do they have another counterspell? Then I'm dead. Okay. Damn. Yeah. Alright, GG. Yeah. That's tough. I just could not push damage at the end there. It's unfortunate. That was a good game, though. I feel like... So they had, like, all 4 rapid iterations. They were able to, like, answer all of our early stuff. And, I mean, they just did exactly what I think that deck should do. So... Oh, she jumped down. Dang it. Sorry, Bill. She's a funny one. She's like a tortie. So she's, like, gray and then has, like, orange and stuff. And she's got an attitude most of the time, but she's a great cat. Okay, I should probably call it there. Sad we couldn't close that one out, but I really just... I want to spend more time playing with and against that particular deck. I think it's one of the stronger decks in the format. I kind of had, like, put it together literally just from playing against it, except this version that I originally saw, which to me I think is better, is playing these as divers. Because it's so hard to disrupt, right? Like, I pitch engine early, on 4, guaranteed bring it back, it sticks, it's hard to answer, and then even if this dies, which most of the time it will, then I just nascent clone next turn and we're off to the races and, like, the game's over. So it's from what I've seen, it's been pretty good. I don't know if I didn't see Built to Burn, and then Disciple Student. I probably just want to, like, change some of what I'm running. I'm kind of, like, running the build in the way that I, like, cobbled it together after playing a match. But that deck seems very good alongside the Ghastly Sprouts. I feel like those are the two most powerful decks I've seen in the format so far. So, yeah. But it was a good game. I'm definitely learning more and more. So, yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. It was so good to do this again. My YouTube is where I want to try and post more stuff, even if it's just the stream VOD. For whatever reason, it just would not connect my YouTube, but I've had some weird trouble with that whenever I've come back to streaming, so I'll try and figure that out. That's my... Oh, sweet. So there... Okay. I think one downside of those two divers is that it's very obvious. That's true, but like... How... I feel like if I see those colors and I see an origination engine, which I did that game as well, like it was slightly more hidden. I knew at some point they're going for it, so... I don't know. I think... It does mean that your deck kind of has to skew a little bit lower curve, maybe, because you don't have the 1/2. But when I played against that, I felt like I didn't really have a chance because it's so hard to get that origination, the first one off the board, even if you're trying to outpressure your opponent, which I think Ghastly Sprouts can do. It just feels like you're up against that clock quite literally, and I don't know how to effectively deal with that. So got to definitely play more. But we hit Plat 1 today, so that was cool, I think, right? Did we? Yeah, Plat 1. So that's fun. Yeah, and thanks so much, everybody, for stopping by. Let me see who else is doing some Chrono content today. Oh, it looks like Panda. Okay, excellent. I know there's probably not a ton of folks here, but I will be happy to raid. And it was nice to chat. Like, it was great to see old Warpforge folks. I missed that game and the community so much, so it's nice to kind of feel that feeling again. But it's just really nice that folks came out and hung out. Yes, raid. Okay, we got this. Let me raid. And Panda, I haven't seen since DC Dual Force days. It's so funny that like so many people from like various dead card games I've played have like converged on Chrono. I mean, no surprise, because I think people are loving the game and love card games, but either way, thanks so much, folks. Let me get this raid going. Thanks for sticking with me, and I'll catch you guys next time.